Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. And I want to say peace and salutations to all the elders out there bringing out this truth with sincerity, and all the malaks out there bringing out this truth with sincerity. And I'm going to do this lesson titled By Little and Little. And I'm going to start with the book of Psalms 27. And I'm going to read from 1 through 8. And it reads, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" Verse 2, "When the wicked, even mine enemies, and my foes came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell." Verse 3, "Though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident." So this is the king of Israel, David. He's showing an example of always keeping your faith and putting your trust in the Most High Yahweh and his son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Verse 4, "One thing I have desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple." Verse 5, "For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock." So this is what we need. This is a good prayer for our people. This little passage here for our people to do, because of the times that we're going into, we're going to need him to hide us when we get into the time of Jacob's trouble. And we're going to have to hide under the shadow of his wings. And he's going to hide. And this is what he said. He's going to hide us in his pavilion. Verse 6, "And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing. I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me." Verse 8, "When thou saidst, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek." So that's what we're going to do. We're going to seek his face. And he said, this is the promises that he's going to do for the adversaries. Exodus chapter 23 in verse 20. And it reads, Salakia, verse 20 to 23. "Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him." Now, we know that there is angelic angels, and then the angels are also the men of the Lord that goes, out on the highways and the hedges. So let me read verse 21 again. "Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him." But this is talking about Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, mainly. Verse 22, "But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries." So this is what he says he's going to do. He's going to be your defense. He's going to be a very present help in a time of trouble, and he's going to fight for you. He said in Chronicles, the battle isn't ours, but it is the Lord's. And shalom to Yahra, shalom, Yahweh Bashem and Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, Barakathan Malak. And I'm going to go to the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 3 through 5. And let me grab that. Job chapter 5, verse 3 through 5, and it reads, I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. So this is the Most High talking about how he deals with the people that are contrary to the Holy Scriptures, the wicked. Verse 4, his children are far from safety, and they are crushed in the gate. Neither is there any to deliver them. So this is what the Lord does. He only gives people a dispensation of time to do what they're doing. Then if they're not being righteous and doing what he says, he takes them down. Verse 5, whosoever harvests the hungry, eateth, Salakia, whoso harvests the hungry, eateth up, and taketh it even out of the thorns, and the robbers swallowed up their substance. So this goes with what Hamashiach said in the Gospel of Matthew, how for those that desire to save their life, they're going to lose it. But those that lose their life for my sake, they will find it. So when they just do all these things that are contrary to the scriptures and get riches with ill dealings or unrighteous decrees, he swallows up their substance. And I'm going to stay in the book of Job 5, and I'm going to jump down to verse 7 through 13, and it reads, yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upwards. I would seek unto Yahweh, and unto Yahweh would I commit my cause. Verse 9, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth waters upon the fields. Verse 11, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. So this is getting into the meek, people that are humble, because he did say the meek shall inherit the earth. So he said to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. And then I just looking at that, Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, he said, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place, because right now the people that are supposed to be on top are not. So that's why he was saying that in Ecclesiastes. So he's going to set the people, which is Jacob, the Israelites, he's going to set Israel back on top in due season. Verse 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So when they're right now they're trying to usher in their new world order, but he's going to disappoint those devices, because that's crafty counsel, what they're trying to do anyway. That's what it says here, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So he's going to bring that to naught. It's going to be brought down to nothing, in other words. Psalms chapter 37, and I'm going to read verse 1 through 13, and it reads, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. So this is the king of Israel, David, again, said, don't worry about what the wicked people were doing, because the Lord, he's got their number. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as a green herb. Verse 3, trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. So he's saying he's going to supply all of your needs according to his riches and glory, as long as you stay humble and stay obedient, steadfast, and looking unto Hamashiach, Yahweh, which is the author and finisher of your faith. Verse 4, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. So he's going to supply your needs and he'll supply, he said, all of our needs. And sometimes he gives wants. Verse 5, commit thy ways unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. He's going to do what he says. He's going to stay faithful to himself. Verse 6, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. So this is how he does. He stays faithful. All we have to do is stay obedient and continue doing what he says, and everything else works itself out. He works it all out. Verse 7, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him, and fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Well, all the ones that are doing all those wicked devices, that's why we had to bring that out in Job. He said he's going to disappoint the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprises. And if they are doing it, it's because he's allowing, they're getting away at the right now. He's allowing them to do it because all the powers that be are ordained of him or of the Most High Yahweh. So he's allowing them to do what they're doing, but he's only letting it go for so long. And now we're at the point where the Lord said through Esdras in chapter 15, the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And now their hurtful works are fulfilled. Verse 8, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. And he said, just continue doing what you're supposed to do, what he said to do. Then he said, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord shall inherit the earth. So that's the meek, the ones that are humble. He said they're going to inherit this earth. Verse 10, for yet a little while and the wicked shall not be. Yeah, they shall diligently consider his place, and it shall not be, because they're going to be like the leaves, like it said in the other precept. They're going to be like leaves blowing in the wind. Verse 11, but the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. And that peace is what he said in Philippians. He'll give you that peace that surpasses all understanding, like it says in Philippians chapter 4. Verse 12, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Verse 13, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. So the Lord is up there he's watching what's happening here on the earth, but he's sitting there laughing at them, like he said in Proverbs chapter 1. And when the time of their calamity, he's going to be laughing at them when they're going through it. Exodus 23 and 27, verse 27, and it reads, I will send my fear before thee and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come, and I will make all thine enemies turn their back unto thee. So this is what he's actually doing now. He's actually cleaning house as I speak. He's out actually taking care of adversaries on a daily basis. That's what he's actually doing. And I'm going to stay in Exodus 23. I'm going to jump down to 29 through 30, and it reads, I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. Verse 30, by little and little I will drive them out from before thee, until thou be increased and inherit the land. So he said he's not going to get rid of them all at once, because the land would become desolate. So this is what the Lord said through Moses. But he says by little and little, he's going to drive them out. And that's exactly what he's doing now. The book of Job, going back to Job, chapter 5, and verse 14 to 24. And it reads, they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from the mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Verse 16, so the poor had hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Because he said in Romans how he's going to stop every mouth too, because stop them with speaking all these lies. How is he going to stop every mouth? Well, he talks about it in Zechariah, how he's really going to do it. He said through the prophet Zechariah in chapter 14, he said their eyes are going to melt in their holes, and their tongue is going to melt in their mouth. So he's going to stop every mouth. Verse 17, behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. So when we're going through things, it's for our correction, and he's going to correct them in measure, like it says, I believe in Romans. He's going to correct even our own people, because that's the two-thirds. He's going to correct in measure. Verse 18, for he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth, and his hands make whole. So he's the one that he wounds and he heals. Verse 19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So he's going to make sure that, his people that are being obedient, they're going to be okay. He's going to take care. He's going to be their shield and their buckler, their fortress and their refuge, a very present help in a time of trouble. Verse 20, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Verse 21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. He's going to hide you under his pavilion and under the shadow of his wings. 22, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. See, all these animals, he said, well, I'm going to get to it. 23, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. But these animals, he is going to put the spirit on them, like he said in Sirach 39, how they are spirits that are created for vengeance. Because that's what he's going to do with the animals. Those animals are going to be attacking the wicked. When this place gets in total chaos, those animals in all the zoos are going to be let loose. They're going to be attacking and eating the people. But he said those beasts will be at league with us. They'll be at peace. They'll be at peace with, the people of Yahweh. Where did I leave? Oh, I'm going to go to verse 24. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shall not sin. So that's how our people are going to be. They're going to be at peace. They're going to have that peace that surpasses all understanding, and going to be in righteousness, no sinning. Psalms 37. I'm going back to Psalms 37, verse 16 to 20. Let's see what this says. Psalms 37, verse 16 to 20. And it says, a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. 18. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. Now that's the good news. It's going to be that everlasting kingdom of Mashiach, Yahweh's kingdom, David's kingdom. That's that everlasting kingdom. Verse 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. Not going to have to want for anything, while other people it's going to be a famine in the land of food and of the word. But he said, we're going to be satisfied. Verse 20, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, and to smoke shall they consume away. Because those ICBM missiles and the chariots are going to melt away. But here's the good news for the people of Yahweh. Isaiah 26, verse 3 through 4. And it reads, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Verse 4, trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Yahweh is everlasting strength. So this is where you're going to get that everlasting strength, by trusting in the Most High. Philippians chapter 4. And I'm going to go to verse 6 through 7. Philippians 4, verse 6 through 7, and it reads, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh." So if you have any petitions, any requests, he said to take it to the throne of grace so that you may obtain mercy and find help in a time of need. Verse 7, "And the peace of Yahweh, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Hamashiach, Yahushai." This is the good news for being obedient. John 16, verse 33. This is red letter. "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." So Hamashiach, he overcame this world, so we can overcome through him. 1 John chapter 4, verse 4 through 6. 1 John chapter 4, verse 4 through 6, and it reads, "Ye are of Yahweh, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." That spirit of Hamashiach Yahushai is in you, then you can overcome this world. Verse 5, "They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them." That's the wicked. Verse 6, "We are of Yahweh. He that knoweth Yahweh heareth us. He that is not of Yahweh heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error." So it's that spirit of Hamashiach, Yahushai, that his people should be rolling in that spirit. Like Apostle Paul said in Galatians, "Walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other." I'm going to close out with Romans chapter 8, verse 16 and 17, and it reads, Romans chapter 8, verse 16 through 17. "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh." Verse 17, "And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh and joint heirs with Hamashiach Yahushai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together." You're going to get the same inheritance, the same glory, the same things that Hamashiach Yahushai had. That's what Paul is saying there in Romans. So that's the good news for continuing steadfast in this race, looking unto Hamashiach Yahushai, which is the author and finisher of our faith. And I want to say tawada to everyone that tuned in and the ones that were absent that couldn't make it to see this, but Yahweh willing, they will see it. And peace and salutations to all the brothers and elders out there bringing out this truth with sincerity. And shalom to all the akwafs doing the work, staying, being those virtuous women and being obedient, like the women are, all the women and I just want to say Tawada, Adawan, and Adawan Ratazah, Yahweh willing, we could do this again. All praises to the Most High. Shalom.